Hello everybody, Troublemaker here with some red game, not red game, war game, Red Dragon stuff. And I want to talk today about our ocean units. I want to talk about a lot of the cool unit types in this game that we've been introduced to. Now in this game, it's rather imbalanced because I'm teamed up with Gandhi, who used to be a tag team partner for Fusil in the early game and has been around for quite a while, and Sieska, which, was one of the two members of Shazbots with DWR. So here we go, we're doing stuff. Now, worth noting, in the current beta build, all sorts of MLRS are just completely broken. So it's really changed the way that people have been playing. People have been trying to spread out their units a little bit better. And for myself, I'm going to do a really cool strategy, which I'm using with the Red Dragons. And this is going to be a really cool little rush. Now, we're using these Shantus, which are, of course, going to be our, Chinese units. And they have an anti-tank heat gun on them, as well as an anti-infantry cannon. So they can deal with the air as well. And these little canals here, you can actually enter with these small ships. And only the smaller ones can enter here. And this will allow us to gain ground dominance on the mainland, while still using a Navy force. We've also deployed a pretty sizable Navy force here. Now keep in mind, they have been deploying these radar-based Super Pumas, which will do devastating damage to these forces. But that's not going to be the focus. I'm really curious about this combined arms approach that I'll be doing here with these Shantus. Now, it's important to notice that both sides can enter through here and here. You can actually meet each other in the middle. However, I want to protect my Shantus by sacrificing a few of these Komars to the Blitzkrieg that is upon us, of course. And this is, once again, going to give me pretty combined arms. My main army ball is right here, and it'll be coming with these Shantus. Now, you can do this, which is pretty cool. These amphibious vehicles will work out pretty well, but the downside is that they're actually quite slow. So for this particular approach, it doesn't work too well, but Sieska is a baller. He's going to try it anyway. Worth noting, I have a supply freighter thing here, and I'll be able to resupply my Komars and my main ship here, which have been blowing through lots of supplies already. Super long range battles, by the way. All of us have been using tons. I got my supply freighter thing already because I was expecting this kind of long range battle. I'm expecting this to be worth more than 100 points in this particular battle. Now we have a giant army of these Shantus coming across here, and we're also deploying infantry to kind of guard this base, which we'll be capturing momentarily. Now, unfortunately, there's only one member of their entire team who has deployed a force, and this is going to be Panza, who has the unfortunate incident of having an armored division, an armored deck, and we'll be going for a pretty powerful tank rush. Now, I'm not using particularly the best tanks here. I have these T-34s, and these are going to be the Chinese variant of it. No, sorry, North Korean variant of it. And I also have the Chroma HD, which is another, not HD, H-O, Kronmaho, which is another little North Korean unit. This is a giant tank ball that I should not be able to beat, but with the help of the Shantus, I'll be able to easily beat it. And what this is going to do for me is now I can grab Delta, because I've secured it with a few infantry, and I can also move here and deny Juliet, and I can move up into India to grab India. Now, India is a reinforcement point, so that's going to be kind of problematic. But once again, we're going to kind of combined arms approach. So our Shantus are going to come in, and the second they spot, they're going to have a pretty good time at firing. Note that they do have a pretty decent range of 2,450 meters, and they also have tons of hit points. I mean, I know these tanks look like they have tons of hit points, but these Shantus really do not take damage. And we're just going to be using these T-34s and these other tanks in kind of a support role. And these little boats are real badasses, doing really well. Now, microing back as he takes damage. They do move pretty slow, but they do outpace the tanks themselves, so that's always good. And, this is a tank rush that in the past you could only stop with a bombing, basically, or a big giant AT network. But now it seems like a very small group of units can actually deal with this quite well. And, most of these are going to get picked off. Turning side armor is never a good idea, obviously. The graphics! So thank you guys for joining me. One more thing before I call it real quits. If you go into the options tab, let me go into the audio section. There's this cool feature, playlists. I can choose Red Dragon. That's kind of boring. I can choose Airland Battle. Or I can choose European Escalation. And this is something that should have been done a long time ago, but it's really neat that they finally added into the game. Yes, you can in fact play music from all the games. Cool feature.